You see the Kim Kardashian interview?
I just saw the clip of her.
You need to get up and work.
So what else did she say?
I don't know. She said this is like the best podcast ever.
We listen to TMG.
Yeah,
all the
like,
time. It's the
way
best.
better. They tell more.
Bonus episodes. They get way more personal and
they
talk about their problems.
They talk about the dark thoughts they have and their addiction.
Yes, exactly.
It's way better in the bonus.
Yeah. And people don't work hard enough, by the way.
Let it rip.
Yeah, play some.
Get your fucking ass up and work. Get your fucking ass up and work. From the start, we decided that we always wanted to be really open and honest to who we are.
And that's why we love the TMG
really
bonus
episodes.
Because they're always talking about diarrhea.
The
call of the void.
So why, pause it, people were slamming her? Like
slamming.
Yeah, were they slamming her?
Love that.
They were dunking on her because, she had her career like handed to her?
I guess. Can you really say that though? Not that I'm like being like an apologist or anything. I'm just playing devil's advocate a little.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably think that they do work hard.
Like she did have to do those episodes and all that shit.
Yeah. Hot take, man.
Yeah.
We're actually with the Kardashian family.
Honestly,
I know we spent last episode roasting their house for fucking...
But honestly, they deserve it. They're all assholes, but they definitely work, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, that was one of the things that watching episode 3 of Genius, seeing him at the ranch, I don't know, like just like what is that room?
I've know
what the fuck is going on?
I know 2 people
in that room.
I know 2 people that have been there.
And what did they say? It's just like that all the time?
Yeah, everyone
like
says
feels like what's going on in his head.
Yeah,
is actually going on in real life.
Literally.
In that room.
So one of my friends went there because he was doing something with a company. I don't want to fucking say, but he said it was the most psycho thing ever. He like walked in and he's like, there's like a pod of like architects working on like some building design, and then there's this person over here, and he's just like moving through what looks like it's just fucking chaos. And I think he sat around for a while to like pitch something for him. They just didn't end up doing it because he was just caught up doing whatever, and they left. And the other person I know worked on Jesus is King, I think. He's the mix engineer that did my EP. Like he worked on like a couple tracks for Jesus King, I think, or whatever. And anytime he's worked with Kanye, they leave out field recorders like all around the room, because Kanye might just sit down and just start like humming some shit, and then that's it. He'll be like, I had an idea. He sits down and he just like gives out like some melody, and he might just like do some nonsensical freestyle. Where it's like, that Chick-fil-A. You got that? Cool. He leaves. And then it's up to him and like 3 producers and a writer to craft the whole concept.
Wow.
Then he comes back and he's like, nah, take that shit out, put this in, I like that. He gave me a window into like his production process. Yep. He was showing us some of the printed mixes, and they're like, the specificity on the mixes are so crazy. Like he'll have one version of a song where they worked on it in, I don't know, Tahiti or something, and he flew out some bassist from somewhere, and he likes the bass line, how that was played from that version. So he'll be like, can you get the bass line from the version that we did in Tahiti and put it on the one we did at the ranch? And it's like, well, we have like 9 versions that we did at the ranch. And then he just sort of expects you to kind of figure it out. And so yeah, like both of them said working in that environment feels just maddening.
But they're working like out in the open, and there's a photo shoot going on for a fashion line over here.
Yep.
Doing pottery over here.
Yeah.
Like a gospel choir over here.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're all in one giant barn basically. And it almost felt like watching one of Channel 5's videos.
Yeah.
Watch his videos, how people from different videos will just show up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's giving some crazy rant about abortion, and then Justin Bieber is just sitting there.
Yep.
And then the lady that he met to do, the lady that makes those bowls in San Francisco, like shows up out of nowhere. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. What do you think about episode 3?
I thought it was pretty depressing. I don't know. It doesn't really end on like a real positive note. It kind of ends with Cody being like, I'm happy this all worked out, but like he's really fighting his demons, and I really hope that he's okay. Like all those weird manic rants he would go on at the end, like to other people, and Cody would just kind of shut off the camera because he's like, I know where this is going.
The way he cut that, and like that sound that he would keep using like for like cutting film, and when he and anytime he used that to cut off Kanye's rants, I don't know, that shit made me feel like fuck.
It doesn't even matter. For 2 years they try to say I want a billionaire.
Yeah.
Just you got the feeling.
Yeah. It's weird, like seeing his disease progress over the 3 episodes and over, you know, whatever it's been, 20, 30 years. Because in the beginning, it's not like that, you know? And then I guess, you know, maybe it comes with more notoriety and stuff like that. But all of that is like a catalyst and speeding up whatever sort of mental disease you have.
Not even to like make it about this, but in some ways, dude, I think like when I made Find That Link, I look back at that now, I'm like, I 100% feel like that was, well, I know. That was like mania. I like woke up one day and I was like, this could be a thing. Watching back a dude going through it and then people around him just needing to kind of go through the motion because they're like close to him. And I think that's the part where people don't understand like how difficult it is to tell someone like you have to come off this idea. It's like, or you need to chill out. It's like they just don't get it. It's not that I'm on his level or anything like that. It's just more like that. I think that was the depressing part for me personally, was one, that kind of self-reflection where, you know, in the moment, Kanye probably like really believes these ideas that he has. And like they're so earnest and real, like in his mind. And I think the other part actually that Cody did a great job of highlighting is like a very human thing, which is like just being distant from a friend who you used to be close with. It's like a really rudimentary thing, but I thought that theme through the whole 3 episodes, I think like some people maybe had criticism of the 3rd episode where they're like, well, what the fuck is this episode? You didn't even cover anything in depth of that whole period where he kind of like went fucking parabolic like with his career. And I kind of think that's the really depressing part, is that his really close friend who was there for all that shit prior, just a ghost for that second half.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the whole thing was from Cody's perspective, so it kind of makes sense.
No, yeah.
And plus, we all know that part of the story. At least the people that are our age do. It's like that's when we started being fans of him, right when he started blowing up. So it's like we've seen all the media and everything.
That scene where he like walks up to Kanye for the Life is Pablo like listening party.
Yeah.
And there's that weird like, oh, what's up, man? It's just like,
No, I hate that.
Ow.
Because it's also like the working relationship. Yeah, we don't know if he got paid.
Right.
In the beginning, Kanye had no money.
Yeah, did he just do all that?
Did he just do it all, like give up his entire life for Kanye just like ghost him, sort of? For him to still try to get back into it because he still believes there's a relationship there, or like they're still homies. And for that awkward interaction to happen.
This is rough. Maybe, well, you know, we'll never know the full details, but I mean, he got to come out with everything. So more than focusing on like who Kanye is or whatever, I think just that the fact that it's from Cody's perspective and just that whole experience of like, this was my really close friend.
I don't know. It's like weird. He went from this guy who was like, you know, pretty like just could hold a conversation normally and all that stuff and all those, like there's nothing.
I think he was definitely quirky.
He was definitely quirky. I agree. But that's what it seemed like it was in the beginning, and then you kind of see it. And then he was like the guy that would say weird things sometimes in the media.
I was just thinking of the clip where he kept calling Cody Chike. That is so fucked.
Yeah.
That's who I work with, and that's like our boy, but like that's literally not me.
I know. Ugh, that made me cringe so hard.
That moment where Cody's like, you call me Chike again one more time.
I know.
I swear to God.
I know.
Rough ending.